What up, guys? So today what we're going to be talking about is why it is a good idea to start now. Okay, so with regards to starting now, this is sooner rather than later. Okay, so whatever it is, you can literally start today by writing something down and putting down like sort of plan of action for what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, now the reason it's best to start now is because once you start iterating, you're going to learn more about what it is that you're doing along the way. That's why they say the journey is actually more important than the thing itself, because the tips and the information that you pick up while pursuing the task, that is what is most valuable. That is going to allow you to perfect your game, whatever it is, and then really hone your skills to become the person, man or woman, or just the person that you want to be, okay? And also attain the level of skill to implement the task most effectively. All right, so it's best to start straight away, because the sooner you start, the sooner you start learning more about what it is that you're going to need to do and become more effective at that particular task. So that is definitely something that I have learned. I've put that into action. Like, for example, with my first channel, I was just like, I've been thinking about it for, I don't know, maybe a couple months to weeks and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really know that much about it or how to start. So I did a little bit of research around the edges and things like that. But then I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. So I started, learned, and I got slapped down pretty quickly because it's very difficult. Actually, there were a lot of things that I didn't take into account and take into consideration. Now, these actually slapped me on the butt later on as well, because I didn't realize doing those certain, let's say, mistakes at the start of setting up a channel and all that kind of stuff can whip your butt later on, okay? So I also paid for that twice, okay? So I learned two very hard lessons. So going back, I would have sort of planned more, done more research, and got more information about, doing YouTube and all that kind of stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like some of these lessons you weren't going to know and learn in depth, at least, before actually implementing making a channel and doing those things. Okay, same with art. Like when I started art, I just jumped in. This is kind of a bad example because I picked art pretty quickly. I just have a talent and a knack for it. But there was some times where I really had to sort of work at a few things and principles and go back and relearn a few things, okay? But all of that I picked up pretty quickly. So good examples that I could throw out right now would be technology. So technology was a difficult one for me to pick up at first. Let's say coding. So when I started coding, I had no idea. It was a mind frack. It was literally like learning maths again for the very first time. And it just was not clicking. I could not understand it. I was like, what the heck? And I really had to use so much energy and mind power to really break down and learn the principles. And then once I learned the principles through thick and thin, and then read loads, tried a load of different things, I remember literally sitting down at my desk, right? Because what I was doing at the time, okay, so I was coding the system whereby basically in 3D, like a 3D simulator, you were doing a dental app, okay? So you had a hand, and depending on which button you press, like let's say the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys on your keyboard, depending on which one of those you pressed, a hand would appear and animate, and it would show a different dental tool to affect the mouth in a certain way. So let's say spray some liquid into the mouth to flush out plaque or anything that was in the mouth. Then you had like a sucker that would suck all the water out of the mouth, okay? And then you had like a scraper to scrape all the plaque away from the teeth. And then you had like, one of those spinny brushes to brush away hard plaque off of the teeth. So there were a number of different tools that you had to switch and iterate between, but you also had to have like a waiting period because the tools couldn't just come out straight away. There had to be some delay. So there was a lot to code right there. and a lot of little nuances that I had to learn straight off bat. That was my first coding task, and it was freaking tough, man. And it literally did feel like learning maths for the very first time. But because I started straight away and just jumped into essentially the deep end, I learned very, very fast about all of the nuances and the trip ups and the slaps that you get when starting to learn coding. And it was better that I did that sooner rather than later, because later it would have been a harder task to learn. One, it also may have taken longer. Two, and three, with the thing is, year on year, technology doesn't stay the same. Not only that, but also things get added on top. Say, for example, now we've got like AI, we've got web services, we've got like Web 3 coming up, we've got like interactive services, and we've got like software that can like encapsulate other software so that you can run it as an app on your PC, on the web, or on your phone. So there's loads being added on, stacked on every year. There's more to learn year in, year out. And this is not just with coding, this is with everything across board. So things are actually getting more difficult rather than easier. So that is another big reason to start learning now, whatever it is that you're looking to learn, and then just get started making those mistakes and learning the nuances, because starting sooner is better than starting later, okay? So start now, whatever it is that you're looking to achieve success in and do well in, because the sooner you start, the better it will be for yourself. You'll learn all those nuances, and they are transferable skills across a number of different things, okay? And that is definitely something that I've learned throughout doing coding and other tasks, and learning things about other niches and all that kind of stuff. It's best to start straight away and just get into it, even if that's writing down on a piece of paper, maybe certain things that you're going to be looking into, researching into, jumping in and having a play with, okay? Just get started. So hopefully that's useful for you. Throw down in the comments if you do have any questions, and we can talk more about them. I'm totally open to that. And if you need advice and things like that. But yeah, guys, definitely let me know what you think and what it is that you want to start off with straight away. Start today, guys, okay? Thanks for listening. Love all you guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.